Good, Jiggy Gang? Welcome back to another episode. How are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Very special episode today. We're going to be taking a look at the latest interview with Dana White here in front of press. So very exciting, some foreshadowing for UFC 270 coming about. And I just want to say a quick moment to say to everyone who's watching the channel, who's left a like or a comment or subscribe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We couldn't do this without you, obviously. So, hey, without further ado, let me jack in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this fucking headphone jack in. Let's get into this video, baby.
Proper number 12. Irish whiskey.
Proper number 12. Okay, Connor. Got money and everything nowadays. Pretty much boss of the UFC.
What's up, guys? Fight of the night. No brainer, the main event. Keegan, Kattar, Collier, performance of the night, and Slav was the third.
Yeah.
They all won $50,000.
Like you said, clear fight of the night, obviously, in the main event. We didn't get to see either guy. They were both transported. I'm sure it's too early to have an update, but were there any specific concerns with their health?
Take a sip of water, make sure to stay hydrated out there. You know what I'm saying? Hydration break, hashtag, let's do it.
Corner, I was telling my guys, get him out of here immediately and get him to the hospital.
That was corny as shit, let me stop.
Like that. Yeah, just to be safe.
Yeah. And Calvin, same thing, just to be safe with him?
Yeah, I mean, that was an absolute war. So, yeah, get them straight to the hospital, get them checked out.
Yeah, man, I seen the hospital pic.
What were your thoughts on the fight? Obviously, like you said,
both
clear fight of the night,
war.
I mean, what were your thoughts overall?
First fight of the year and a fight of the year candidate already. That's the way to start it. That's the way to start the year. It was incredible. And you know what's funny? I was saying it.
Yes, sir. That's the way to start it, baby.
I was saying it's almost like everybody forgot about Calvin Kattar and Max Holloway, you know what I mean? And a lot of people were counting him out tonight, and he looked unbelievable. I thought that spinning elbow he landed definitely changed the fight, you know. And I think the first round, the wrestling match in the first round.
Hey, comment down below if I should do a reaction to that fight, the fight highlights.
And they just dug in and went to war.
I think I will.
What does it tell you about Calvin? I mean, obviously the last time out did not go his way at all. That was very difficult. So takes a year off and has a performance like that. I mean, what does that tell you about a guy like that?
Yeah, I mean, that guy's an absolute dog, man. I mean, if you look at the fights that he's had in the UFC, but specifically now Holloway and Giga, he's a special kind of guy. You know, he's a fucking warrior, man.
Yeah. Does the result tonight kind of lock in that Holloway is definitely next when he comes back? Because I think there was a lot of talk like, hey, did he lose his spot since he couldn't compete? I mean, does Giga losing tonight ensure that Max is going to fight for the title when he comes back?
Why I was doing media this week for the fight next week, and I don't remember
Wasn't
who I was
that fight
talking to.
confirmed?
Well, what about Giga for the fight? Giga didn't even fight yet. You know what I mean? So we're looking to put together these fights, and they're like, oh, the Korean Zombie got the fight. Giga should have got the fight. Giga's got a fight tonight. And in this sport, man, you never know. You think you know, but you don't. None of us know. It's what makes this sport so great. You never know what the hell's going to happen with these guys. And you know, we got to lock in dates for fights, and Zombie is absolutely positively the guy that should have got the fight. So it worked out the way that it should have worked out.
On the big fights next week, I did want to ask, I mean, the main event, huge, unification bout, but it seems like all the talk is just about Francis and his contract and boxing and that sort of thing. I mean, do you think there's any chance of resolving the situation prior to the fight next week?
I don't know. Listen, it's not like we haven't been in this position before.
Uncle Dana don't know.
Sometimes, and we'll see how it plays out.
Nice.
It doesn't matter. He's going to fight on Saturday, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Henry Cejudo's been speaking out a little frustrated that maybe he didn't get a look at the title shot and feels like maybe you guys aren't willing to pay him.
Isn't that guy retired? He's retired, isn't he? I mean, the last time I saw, he was retired. And now he's mad that he didn't get a title shot? It doesn't even make sense.
Let's go, Dana.
In a different weight class? It doesn't make sense.
The example that everybody points to, obviously, is George St. Pierre and said, well, you gave him that opportunity prior. Why wouldn't you do it, tender it up again? Is it?
Yeah, so I should have jumped over everybody and gave it to him because all of a sudden, last week he decided he's not retired. Come on, man, this is a fucking silly conversation. Silly. He wants to come back and try to win the title again in his weight class and then talk about moving up or doing something else, but you don't just fucking pop up and start calling somebody names and think that you're going to get a title shot in a different weight class when you've been retired for, what, two and a half years?
Yep. Last question for me. I want to ask, obviously, the pay-per-view price changing. Everybody's kind of up in arms about that. I know that's an ESPN decision.
Yes.
Do you guys have any input in that at all? Do you ever say, like, hey, maybe that's a little too much for the consumer?
We don't. We don't have any say in that. We gave the pay-per-views to ESPN, so yeah, that's their decision. You know how I feel about that stuff. I don't love when prices get raised, but it's not my decision; it's theirs.
Dana, can you comment on the pressure that Kattar put on? It seemed like his forward pressure was
still
so much
buying
that
fights
Giga
anyway.
just
We don't
basically
care,
couldn't fight his fight. He couldn't throw the kicks and whatnot. That
Come
was
on,
the difference,
ESPN.
did you think?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Way too much for UFC pay-per-view, man.
Hey, Dana. Done it. The heavyweight fight next weekend. I'm curious, in the history of your promotion, where does this one rank in terms of excitement for you with Ngannou and Cyril?
Why does this one lack what?
Where is the excitement for you in terms of your other heavyweight fights? Where does this one rank for you?
Yeah, no, this is one of the biggest ever. I mean, I was just saying to somebody else backstage, Vince couldn't write a better script than this one. These two guys came out of the same camp. They've actually trained together. Now they don't like each other and all the animosity between them. Plus you got a guy with one punch, vicious one-punch knockout power against a guy who is probably, stylistically the best striker in the history of the heavyweight division. So you couldn't have a better storyline. You couldn't have a better stylistic matchup. And the sold out first time back in California in a while. Gonna be good.
I know how you feel about the boxing questions, but are you surprised that Tyson Fury has sort of popped up and started pushing a fight between him and Francis?
No, listen, man, these guys, none of this surprises me. It's like these boxing guys need guys to fight. That's what it shows. You know what I mean?
True.
And
it's true though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me at all.
You were actually quoted in a lawsuit between Crawford and Bob Arum the other day when you said that.
Oh, they could have pulled a lot of fucking quotes from me about Bob Arum. They just chose that one. There's got to be a 10-page, list of quotes from me about Bob Arum.
But you're happy with that quote?
Sure. Yeah, I'll own it.
That's awesome.
It's
all true.
It's obviously the first event of the year, so I'm curious, 2022, can you give us a prediction, give us one prediction what you think will happen in the sport and in MMA and UFC this year?
What do I think will happen with what this year?
Give us one sort of crazy prediction that's going to happen this year.
Oh, God, who knows what's going to happen this year, man? It's like, as soon as we start to get out of something, here comes Omicron, and this is what I will tell you. Whatever crazy shit gets thrown at us in 22, we'll fight through it.
Yep.
We'll get it figured out.
They will
continue to put on
great
fights, and I don't know if we'll leave the country or how many times we'll leave the country or how many different states we'll go to, but we'll keep doing what we've been doing the last 2 years and putting on the best fights literally in the world.
Thank you.
If you look at 21 100%. And 20, they were two of the best years in UFC's history. So
definitely
do the same in 22.
Dana. Colby versus Masvidal got booked. I just wanted your thoughts on that fight.
Did
great matchup.
Colby and Masvidal? Yeah, we got it done. Finally, we got that fight done. I'm excited about it. Again, another great storyline and another great fight.
Is there any truth to the rumor that Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier might be the co-main event on that fight card?
Nate
Diaz?
Nate? No, I don't know. I don't know yet.
And then finally, UFC London does not have a main event. There's two kind of fights out there swirling. There's Uriah Hall versus Darren Till, and then Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker. I just want to know if any of those fights are going to be the main event.
Yeah, we haven't announced that card yet, right?
Not really, no.
Yeah, we're still working on that card. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Dana. You mentioned Omicron. When you got
the way
sick
he says we're
with,
still working
COVID,
on that.
you reached out to Joe Rogan for advice on what to do. I was wondering what your thoughts were with the 200-plus doctors trying to put pressure on Spotify, saying that Joe's menace to...
Are they really?
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Ever since I came out and said what I did, it's almost impossible now to get monoclonal antibodies. They're making it so you can't get them. You know, medicine that absolutely works, they're keeping from it. I don't want to get too political and start getting into all this shit, but ivermectin and monoclonal antibodies have been around for a long time. Now all of a sudden you can't dig them up to save your life. The doctors won't give them to you, you know. And even when I did it here in Vegas, which was however many weeks ago that I had it, like right before Christmas, I think, or something. I made one phone call and was able to get it done. And that's not like some fucking rich famous guy shit. Like anybody could have called and you know, because that's what everybody always throws at me. Yeah, of course you can fucking make a phone call and get it. Bullshit. Everybody could have got it back then. You know, Lene had it. Lene did monoclonal antibodies and did all that stuff. Everybody could get it. Now, and you know, Rogan's been talking about it. Then I went crazy talking about it. You can't get those things to save your life now, literally.
Are you surprised at the backlash that people don't even want to allow you to discuss options and pre-treatment?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, it's one of the craziest things that I've ever witnessed in my life. You know, and I'm not talking about experimental drugs or things that this stuff's been around. And the ivermectin,
You're a doctor?
The guy won the Nobel Peace Prize.
You're a doctor?
Huh?
You're a doctor?
No, but there's plenty of doctors that do.
Here he comes.
I just asked you, are you a doctor?
Oh
no,
boy.
but I took them and they both work for me. So why shouldn't I be able to take them again? Or other people?
Who is this?
No, come on, dive in.
We do have.
Why shouldn't we be able to take
our
them?
own decision.
Right? You want to know what's scary? Bet I could get some fucking pain pills quicker than I could get monoclonal antibodies. No, not maybe. That's a fact. That's a fact. They fucking hand out pain pills like they're Tic Tacs. Huh?
Oh man.
No, I hear you.
But they keep
Who
doing
is this
you can.
reporter, dude?
Monoclonal antibodies and ivermectin isn't going to do anything to you. Pain pills kill you. Fact. And I'm not a doctor, but that's a fact.
On a lighter note, we've had a couple weeks off after 2021 was.
That's crazy, dude. Who is that reporter, bro?
Year.
Stupid.
What did you do to relax?
What's the
If
question?
it works for you, it works for you. Why is it any?
Holidays,
You know what I
did
mean?
do
Just
to relax during the time.
some people nowadays, man.
Went up to Jackson Hole for a few days, and the kids were snowboarding, and I bet and lost on football games for 5 days straight.
All right, y'all. So first things first, this Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal. That's an awesome fight, awesome story, awesome background. It's going to be really interesting to see how that fight plays out. And I'll probably make a video on that, you know, do a breakdown or something like that. But Ngannou again, obviously a huge event, maybe historic, you know, just it's crazy. I mean, these are probably the top two just best heavyweights, you know, as far as just talent, just ability. I mean, it's going to be a absolutely crazy fireworks show. But without further ado, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this. So thank you very much, Jiggy Gang. Until next time, be easy.